welcome to my channel. What we have here is a cool little machete that Toby and family sent me. Now, it came unsharpened, and by unsharpened I mean I have a video. I'll try to put it in there, but you could run your finger along this edge here, push down and run your finger along the edge here. I looked at it, and it didn't even apex. It was beveled like this, and then it just stopped. It stopped. I wish I would have measured it. Less than a millimeter. It was about as wide as one of these marks right here on the ruler. Flat. That was on the edge of the blade. Now, up here, they didn't even do the point that way. Now, I'm not being super critical about this. I'm just telling you, this is how it comes. This was my initial look at the knife when I got it. I made this other portion of the video today, but this was done the other day, and it's just showing you the overall look of the knife. And this later part, I'm actually going to look at the edge, and I'll leave the original audio on that in there. Everything, he don't have any control over it. Now this one here, just we'll throw in a little initial review on this one. This handle is really well made. I really like this handle, and as you can see, this one's made in Brazil, and it's Tramontina. I think that's the way you would say it. Anyway, when I was going like this, I felt a burr, all along it, and on this side, it seemed to be all right, and I went, wow, man, they really left a burr on there. They did more than leave a burr on there. Now, maybe this is intentional, but let's see if I can get it to zoom in. I gotta hold the knife still. You see that? That is a flat edge. Now, I've seen people have a problem with bevels before, but it doesn't get down to pointy until right here. Right here they got the bevel right. But then, now, if this was designed for chopping, let me unzoom this thing. If this was designed for chopping, pull this up. I got to get to the tip of the blade to show you. If it's designed for chopping weeds and stuff, sometimes knives are intentionally made blunt, but I don't think that was the intention. Look, there is no, it just stopped. So it went up here and went, which, yeah, how much you're going to use that tip, that's part of it. But then, like I said, this bevel doesn't meet in here. Nah, it's easy to fix. I'm not complaining, other than I just wanted to show you that's the most unsharp I've ever seen or ever received, other than a bayonet. Sometimes bayonets are intentionally left like that, to do more damage and everything, and to not be sharp. It used to be that was the way it was. Because if you just take a file, all I did was put it through the work sharp at 25-degree angle, and just pulled it through maybe 3 times on each side, with the high grit, like 6,000, almost like a polishing type of thing. But with a work sharp, it takes off metal pretty quick. Anyways, it got this thing really sharp. So I had never heard of this Tramontina, and so I went on Amazon and I looked at the questions people ask, about it. And people were asking if it was sharp and everything else. And one of the things, I don't know if it was in the questions or description, but they basically said that they ship them unsharpened, especially the final end here so it won't poke through the package and shipping. And this is what they ship it in. I mean, it's just a piece of cardboard. My suggestion would be maybe get your knife sharper and use a better, I mean, if you use a flatter piece of cardboard, look at how loose this is. I mean, yeah, it fits in there, but it's got a room. Anything, I found this from shipping locks and everything, padlocks, cross place, anything that's heavy, you want to make sure not only is it padded, but immobilized so it can't move around. If you take a box that you're going to ship and you can go like this, whatever's rattling around in there is going to get knocked out in the mail sorting machines and the way the handlers do it and everything else. So really, besides my packages, man, I would spend some time on them. I mean, I would pad the locks in bubble wrap, and then if there was any space, you would fill it in with newspaper or packing peanuts or whatever, and then the outside of the package, you go crazy. But anyways, the way they did this handle is very good. I mean, it's just very ergonomic. That little swell right in there, it just fits in the hand so well. And it's kind of a simple way they did this. They took a piece of wood, and they just cut it down. I wish the same would focus. We're too close. It's freaking out. They just cut it down part of the way, and then they drop the blade in, and then they pin it. I think that's pretty cool, the way that's, just chink. That way you don't have to, like I did, try to match up two pieces of wood, and you get a seamless thing right here. And on the top, even though there's this gap here, it doesn't make as much difference as on the bottom with the handle. See, with this old hickory, I sanded it down on the bottom, and then I thought, while I'm at it, I might as well get the top, whichever one's top and bottom, so you don't feel that gap. Now, here you can feel it in your palm and everything, and your thumb kind of like, my thumb really indexes on the thing when I'm going to go whack something with it. But this is a very nice length for a short machete. I mean, sometimes you don't need an 18-inch machete, and you can keep this closer to your body also, when you're hacking stuff. This would make a very good, like all-around kind of like camp knife. These are inexpensive too. Now, you won't get a sheath. A sheath can cost more than as much or more than a knife itself, but anything that would fit like a 12-inch machete should work. And if I find some stuff thrown away or some scraps and stuff, I'll try to make some out of either PVC pipe. You can make I've seen sheaths made with just like a thin layer of wood too, and he said, but those are usually kind of awkward and rigid and stuff like that. Yeah, but this is a very good size. I really like this one. I like the up curved tip, and you can do a lot with a machete. You should look at people in Brazil and stuff like that out in the jungles, what they can do with a machete. It's amazing. It's kind of like their all-around knife, kind of like their version of puukko for Scandinavian countries and stuff. So anyways, there you go. That's my little take on this knife. It's very cool. Doesn't even want to fit totally in the frame here. I have to lift up the tripod. But yeah, it's a 12-inch blade on this one. And I don't know why there's this big segment right here. I've seen that on knives sometimes before. But you really only got about a 10 and a half inch cutting edge. How many is that in millimeters? 10 and a half millimeters is close to like 268 millimoids. All right, so I'll put the weight in there, but it feels fairly light. And yeah, fairly decent choice for a knife if you're looking for just a little like garden machete, or this would be good for just like a day hike too. It'd fit in your backpack, wouldn't be sticking out real hugely, but What can you do with a 12-inch blade? It's not the size of the blade. Well, sometimes it is, you know, when you're talking about a machete with reach. But yeah. All right, I've rambled on long enough. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.